Okay, we're going to take a look at some very brief examples here on how to interpret sine and cosine functions and identify elements of them. All right. In these examples, we are asked to give the amplitude or period as requested. So let's go ahead and take a look at the two functions sine and cosine. The part that I've highlighted here in yellow, A, is what we call the amplitude, and we always think of the amplitude in terms of absolute value, and it tells us how high or how low the graph will shrink or stretch. Okay, the period is given by this value k in the function, and to find the modified period, you take the parent function's period, which is 2 pi, and you divide it by k units. The phase shift b tells us which direction the graph will move, left or right. In this case, in these examples, we're not going to be asked to identify phase shift. So let's go ahead and continue. Let's take a look at the first example, amplitude. We're asked to find the amplitude of y equal 3 sine x. This is easily identified by identifying the number written right in front of the sign. So in this case, the amplitude for the graph here is going to be 3 units. And it's as simple as that. In the second question, we are asked to find the period of y equals sine of 5x. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the number written in front of x here. In this case, the period is going to be 2 pi divided by the value k, which in this case is 5. So the new period will be 2 pi over 5 units. This tells us how long the cycle lasts for this particular graph of sine. In the last question here, we are asked to find the period of y equal negative 2 cosine of 1/3 x. Again, this is very similar to the last problem in that we're going to take the period 2 pi divided by the value that we have written in front of x, which in this case is 1/3. So 2 pi divided by 1/3, which is equivalent to 2 pi times 3 over 1, which gives us 6 pi. So in this case, our period for problem number 5 is 6 pi. So again, these are some easy examples discussing amplitude and period of a function. I think that it should be helpful. Go ahead and rewatch it if you're still kind of struggling, but look at all the components and how we put them together, because what ultimately this is building up to is graphing these functions, and your period and your amplitude help describe the way that these functions look. So as always, I hope this video was helpful, and remember, like and subscribe.